Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, motives reflected. Often mirrors appear clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving and grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark. Hopefully, everybody had a fantastic weekend. I know a lot of the OSU fans did not. OU fans did, but it is what it is. Thunder fans were happy that the Thunder took care of business last night. Remember, we talked about the first 10 games, how important they were, that I thought the Thunder, if overachieving is 8-2, what I think is where they should be is 7-3. 6-4 should be absolute the worst that they should end in these first 10 games. They ended up being 6-4 and should be 7-3, but the coach gave away a couple of games, I think, and especially the Pelicans game. I don't understand, even though last night he actually did what he was supposed to. Talk about the Pelicans game when, 8 minutes ago we're up 20 and he's riding this wave, and I'm like, okay, they just put their best player in. And he waited for 2.5 minutes to put SGA in. And from that moment that Zion went in the game, they outscored us 90-65. And we lost. 90-65. And then, of course, the Kings game on Friday night, we got beat. But, that was just poor shooting. But on the other side of that, you played Lindy Waters 19 minutes. I mean, he's when I look at this team, he's 16th, 17th guy. And we talked about that last night on After the Storm. I mean, to me, your roster is pretty simple. You know who your top 10 guys are. The difference is that, and I'm going to talk about some stuff today about the Thunder News, and which is why he does what he does. But like I said, okay, we're at the point now where you're trying to be one of the top 5-6 teams in the West. In order to do that, we're 5-0 against the East, and we've won one game against the Western Coast team. That was last night. Western Conference. And it's simply because, stupid fly. I hate flies. Ace needs to get in here and eat that thing. Anyway, against Western Conference teams, you can't play Lindy Waters 19 minutes and expect to win. You have your 10. And I understand he is a great developmental coach. I've said this over and over and over and over and over. But he's 2 minutes too long, and he's a minutes manager. That's what he is. Last night, J-Dub played more minutes than SGA. Why? Because he's developed J-Dub, so he feels like, he can, do more with him. Whereas SGA, not so much. You manage superstars. You don't really coach them. You coach them, but you more manage them. You put them in situations. You put them in spots. Last night, once again, he gives SGA or J-Dub the ball at the end. What happens? Screw up. And then after that, every time after that, the ball goes in SGA's hands. Coach, at the end of the game, every time the ball should be in SGA's hands. Golden State game, SGA wasn't there. Minute and 40 seconds to go. We're up 136, 133. I said we're going to lose this game. Everybody goes, you're crazy. I said, watch. We have no closer. The closer we got is over there on the bench. He's the closer. And so, to me, it's just frustrating to me because I understand what he's wanting to do. He's trying to develop these guys. But listen, you can develop them at the same time coach to win. Right now, we should be 7-3, if not 8-2. You gave away the Pelicans game, and then let's face it, the Golden State game. You're up. We just couldn't close the deal because the closer was hurt. Now, if SGA was in the game, we win that game, and we were 8-2. If he plays SGA with 8 minutes to go. Now, last night, what did he do? 8 minutes to go, we're struggling once again. Second and fourth quarters, struggling once again, and he's trying to fix that with J-Dub, Josh, and Chet start every quarter. They start every quarter. That's not working, bro. I know what you're trying to do, but it's not working. To me, it is J Dub, Kaysen. If you want to start Chet, fine. J Will and Wiggins. That's your five right there. Or Josh and Chet if you want to put that in, whatever. But please play Chet and J Will together. They look great this past summer together. They look fantastic. Why aren't they playing? Why aren't you playing them more? I don't understand why they're not playing more. I don't get it. But anyway,
I agree. I
that
agree.
that's my boy. Oh, hey, what's up, Nathan Taylor of YMB? What's up, bro?
Hey,
You say you have the answer?
hold on, man.
You say you have
I
the
have the
answer?
answer.
What's your answer?
Why they're not playing? Are you talking about why they're playing, not playing this shit?
Yes. No, no, no. Why they're not playing J Dub and or J Will and Chet? I was talking. What I was saying was every second quarter he starts J Dub, Josh, Chet, and Kaysen, and then he started Wiggins the other night. And to me, it's like, why don't you try Kaysen, J Dub, Chet, J Will, and Wiggins?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I got a stat for you. I'm starting to come around to your way of thinking. I wasn't really wanting to do it, but I have a stat for you when we talked about it after the storm last night. And you've been harping on this for a few games now about Josh not playing as much, and so I've got something to do it. But go ahead. What's your theory?
Um, I just don't think he wants to, and I don't know why. I mean, my theory is that he doesn't like. For some other reason, other than Sar, he doesn't like any of our big guys, other than Chet and J. Will. And I definitely not that we have a whole lot more, but
Yeah, we
it's
don't.
just don't. He just doesn't want to play them together, and I don't. I don't know why. I don't. I mean,
But
so my theory is that
he's
he
only
just
playing J Will like 12, 13 minutes.
well, it's what he's playing when he's playing Jets off the floor. Is what he's doing.
Yes, what he's doing.
So
Yes, that's exactly what
I
he's
just
doing.
maybe okay. So here's what it is. Man. Maybe if he's afraid, and he played last year a lot, but maybe he's afraid that Jay Will is going to look better than Chet, and there's going to be people that are going to be trying to get him to start Chet over it or starting over Chet. I don't know.
Man, I don't. Man, that's how I don't. To me, him and Chet are two different players, and Chet is, and I like Chet, and I like Chet more and more as long as he's playing the way I like for him to play, which he is, like we talked about last night on After the Storm, our OKC Thunder post game analysis show. He is playing more and understanding what his role is. He is. I don't know if the coaches is, but he is because he seems like he's a
He is.
smart enough player to understand. Okay, we're gonna win. This is where we're gonna go. And see, to me, like I've said in the very beginning, if you want to win, SGA has to be 30. J Dub's got to be in the 20s. And now I'm thinking between Chet, J Dub, and Josh, you need to get another 40 points out of them. 50, if not
Yeah.
50 points, 55, let's say 55 points. Or even I'm going to go, 45 to 50 points out of those three. You need 45 to 50 points out of those three, more like 50. So that puts you at 80. And then now you got to come up with your other 40 points from your bench. Now, last night our bench scored what, 8 points, was it? I think. This fly is driving me crazy. Uh,
It's horrible. Horrible. He didn't beat anybody. Depending on depending on if you got us a fifth, got us a 10. Let me throw something out there quick for you, Matt. And I think, as a matter of fact, I know you're not going to like this,
Okay.
but this this is I want to see this, and I just want to see how it works for like 10 days. But maybe, and it's not right now. Maybe in January, February, somewhere there. I want to see our starting lineup be SGA, Chet, J-Dub, Dort, and then I want Josh to come off the bench as a sixth man.
Okay.
I just want to see how that works.
Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna throw this out there because I just saw this today, and because I was doing my NBA power rankings today, and I saw this and I was like, wow, Nathan has a
How painful is that? No, I feel, I didn't know that. That's good. Say that again. Say that one more time. You have four guys that are doing it. 80% of them are free throw line and the other. Oh, that's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. Mm. Telling. I mean, that's 10 points a game almost. Mm-hmm. I just told you we got two good rookies.
What's going on, fellas?
Hey, before we get, yes, it is. Before we get too far into this, let me. Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that article that Randy sent over today? Did you read that? Uh, it was the article from what's the guy's name? Brett Dawson from Sellout Crowd, I guess. I don't know. He's no, but listen to this stuff. You're right. This is an interview. This is an interview from Dagnall, and I want to read you 2 points. And this just blew me away. Okay. Well, it doesn't blow me away. It doesn't surprise me at all, actually. He's an idiot. And anyway, I'm sorry. Okay, so they interviewed, he was questioning the rotation. And he questions the Lindy Waters rotation on Friday night. And quote from Mark Dagnall, Waters was a really was a really critical part of our team last year. And then it goes on to say, he's been kind of earmarking in a game where thought I could use it. And then the next one says he's asking him about the time he's on the floor and the scoring and stuff like this. And then Dagnall says, let me find this. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. Oh, I had this earmarked. Dang it. Something. Okay, I can't find it, but for some reason it's so verbatim. It says when Lindy Waters is on the floor, the scoreboard tends to go the right way. Yes, that's what I'm saying. But it was a quote from Dagnall. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I didn't,
Yes, sir. Yep.
That's what I said. Wow. That's exactly what I said. Wow. Because that plays right. Because you and I fought against Nathan when he made that stuff. Did we not, Drew? Talking about, man, what you on Josh on the floor, or were you on his side?
No, I mean, I think they need to be on the board together, but that's a crazy task.
That's a crazy stat. Yeah, that's a crazy stat right there. Yeah, but that's just
I mean, I think I'm always thinking you always got to have your best players on the floor, which they're obviously two of the best
yeah.
players they have. So I don't know.
I agree, but I saw that. That's 8 points difference, guys.
Yeah.
That's a lot of points.
That's the Pelican game. That's the Golden State game.
Yeah, that's a lot of points.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, Nathan. That's a Golden State game. But but once again, the coach Dagnott, he's a great builder of building talent up. But Lindy Waters is not an NBA player. He's just not. No matter what he was not a big part of our success last year. He's not a big part of our success this year. He is just a nice kid who can do great fun things for the Thunder, as our guy Commander says. Randy Wright, that's what he always says. He goes, hey, he's great in the community.
I think Lady Waters needs some walk-up music. Like when he gets up off the bench, they just play a song for him or something, like baseball.
Yeah, but Drew, nobody wants to see him on the court. So what music? What music can you play that's going to generate people going, "Yay, Lindy Waters is on the court"?
We gotta make something fun out of it.
I know, but Drew, what? Give me some music give me a theme music that I'm going to go, "Woo!" He's putting him in. more. What is that death song when they play it? What's the song when they put him out there and they play that one song where it's whenever they're in a funeral procession or whatever procession. Remember that? What is that song? Dun dun or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That one theme. Anyway, but I think that's it. But my deal with the Thunder is last night. The biggest thing was that when it was fourth quarter and they made a run. And we weren't scoring, we weren't doing anything because that starting lineup that you're trying to do with Chet, J-Dub, and Josh and Kaysen is not working. And whomever.
Yeah.
You had Jang in there, now you're doing Wiggins. You need to mess that lineup is not working. Starting Josh, J-Dub, and Chet is not going to make us win games. They are not your three best players, no matter what you try to put any kind of coating on it or whatever you're trying to do. They can't score consistently. I don't know what film you're looking at. I don't know what you're smoking. I don't know what you're doing. There's no way in hell he can sit there and tell me that. There's no metrics that you can show me that says that works. Because I see that it doesn't. I mean, my eyes tell me that lineup is not going to work no matter what you try to do. And to me, you need to split Josh and Chet up. I think Nathan's made a good point last night. I think Chet is figuring out where he belongs, what his limitations are, and he's slowly, I don't know if accepting is the word I'm looking for, but he's going, okay, we're going to win. This is where I need to be. What do you think, Drew?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think he's just trying to feel his way into it. We got to give him a little bit of credit, though. He's only played 10 games.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he's gone from.
It feels like he's been around forever just because he was hurt last year, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's only been 10 games. I think that, but the only bad part is I don't know if this coach can figure it out.
Right,
We'll see.
right. But that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying as far as Chet in 10 games is going, okay, this is kind of where I belong. This is where I fit in. Because he went from not passing SGA the ball and not doing stuff to now making sure he's got the ball, giving it to him as quick as possible. You know what I'm saying?
He wants to step on the floor.
Yeah.
I mean, he's trying to get as much playing time as possible. So I think he's figuring out, what he can do to stay on the floor.
Yes, yes.
Well, I think that what game was SGA at 43? Was that?
That was the last game here that we won. We beat whoever that was. I don't even remember now. Cleveland, yes. The Cavs.
That's right. Okay, so I think, in my opinion, that night, we all talked about it. SGA went out pissed off.
And just said, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He just went off. And then the coach still didn't give him credit.
Right, and I think Chet saw that and was like, all right, man, this dude's good. Like,
Yeah.
I need to listen to him and watch what he's doing.
Yeah. Yeah. What did Chet say? What did Chet say? What does it feel like to be unguardable? It's what Chet asked him in the press conference. What does it feel like? And he's going, man, Chet, get on out of here, man. You know what? That's what Chet asked him. What does it feel like? Because he's unguardable. He's one of 5 unguardable players in the league. Don't you think, Drew?
Yeah, I tell you what, last night I watched quite a bit of that game. He
He closes,
I mean,
man.
flat out close.
He closes. You know, when he
He
does,
impressed me last night. I mean, he took over that game in the last 4 minutes.
that's what he does. But
Yeah.
Drew, that's when he's in there 7, 8 minutes. When he's got 2 or 3
Yeah.
minutes to kind of warm up and get into the flow instead of putting him at
And
5
he
minutes.
wasn't playing against any chumps either. He was
No.
playing against Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant.
And
who are
giving them
great
business.
floaters in their own right.
And giving them the business. And I have a question. What is up with Dort fouling guys on the 3-point line? What?
I don't know. It's up underneath him too much. You need to. I mean, that's a fundamental. You gotta break down when you run out on like that. I don't know why he does that.
He fouls.
I mean, it's not like he can jump out of the gym or something.
Yeah, and it's Kevin Durant. You're not gonna block his shot. What are you doing?
And they'll put him on the free throw line.
And that was a 4-point play.
Yeah.
You know, Kevin Durant's a monster, but you know, the Thunder overall 6-4 should be 7-3 if not 8-2, which is where I kind of wanted them to be. It was a good thing, but the Thunder news, Drew, when you told me that, Nathan, and I was kind of fighting you, I'm with you now. Josh, probably you need his minutes last night, which is where we were. Let's do that. Let's do their stats last night.
Well, he had a good game last night. J-Dub did.
He's got to be the closer, man. He's going to be the closer.
Yeah. I don't get it. Yeah. Yeah.
They will. They will.
Plus, also with Jay Will, he'll be a matchup with team matchups. You know, if the bigger teams, he'll play more. You know, the bigger inside players, the more rebound heavy, teams that we play, I think he'll see a lot more playing time. I know it, but amazed me he didn't play more. Nope. Yeah. Oh, he closed the door there. Yeah. Either lives on the free throw line or he puts them away. One of the two.
You know, last night or even every game we've won, it's like the door's there. All of a sudden he'll go boom 3, boom 2, boom 2 free throws. All of a sudden we score 7 out of 9 or whatever, 5. Game's over. He just closes the door on him. Whatever run they were making, he'll just go boom boom. 5 or 6, 7 quick points. It's over. Whatever run y'all were making is now done, and the other team knows it. You know what I'm saying? They know it. When he makes that shot, he knocks down a 3 or he knocks down a couple of buckets in a row. And I think, Drew, you even commented on that the other night on that after the storm. He goes and he'll score a couple buckets, and it's like the other team knows, oh, it's over. He's in that zone. We're not gonna stop him.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing to watch that we have that guy. So now when we look at the standings, guys, boy.
Young and long, and they get up and down the floor. They play defense. They're a dangerous team. How about that video I sent you with old boys dunk? What? Yeah. That was
Hey,
impressive.
Joe, we talked about this last night. That first game we play against Minnesota, if Jay Will and Chet don't play together, they're not playing together. Just saying.
You're crazy.
When they're not being wild and out of control like
Yeah, they can't seem to get the same lineup in the game every night either. It's like what one night they're missing one guy, the next night they're missing another guy. Then AD comes back, then they're missing somebody else. I think they really need to get Vanderbilt back in the lineup. He's a big piece of that lineup because he helps on the defensive end. He rebounds, he frees AD up on the baseline. I mean, he's a crucial part of that team. Yeah, such a bad loss. Be up 25 and lose that game.
Hey, Matt, you got me to thinking about this a little bit when you're talking about the Rockets. And I'll be danged if I think a pretty good comparison for Chet and Jay Will is Jabari Smith and Shangun. Don't you think? Maybe Jay Will's not quite as offensively talented as Shangun is, but better defense for sure. I was looking at the minutes, and Shangun is averaging 31 minutes, and Jabari's averaging 28. So that means they're playing a lot of minutes together. So that just tells you that what we could do if we had those two on the floor together. Yep. Yep.
Playing well. They're a lot better offensively than you think too. They're sneaky good.
Yeah. Did you watch that game last night? Did you watch that Knicks game last night? They almost gave that thing a no. I'm sorry, no, that was a
They got a good game tonight too. They're at Boston tonight. That should be. JETS Mets. Jets did it again last night. Beautiful stuff.
He's not a process. He's a idiot. When you say franchise, I am the franchise. Or I am something. I don't know. He's not a process. He's something. I forget what it was. But
She doesn't feel good. I don't know. And it's starting to worry me. She shouldn't be throwing up like that all the time. But Chad was saying that he thinks that maybe it was sucking her thumb, it's giving her a gag reflex.
No, I think she's clutching germs
Mhm.
and it's putting her thumb in her mouth. And not going around.
hey, no, here you go.
Good job
Here you
today. Good day.
Yeah.
Got that
James
job
Harden.
constituted.
I am not a system player. I am a system.
Well, this is a remodel. We're doing a slate, and then Casa is another office building down the street, and had
He's the losing.
I got you now. Can you hear me? Oh, sorry. Yeah. Well, you battling a stomach bug of some sort. Yeah. And how long is Jamal Murray out? Weeks, but they're a different team without him. Yep. Yep. Should win. That's a split there. Yep. Yeah. You get a split there, you should be happy. Although Portland is a tricky place to play, depending on is that a back to back? Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Hey, Portland should be a W. I couldn't have muted him. He is. Oh, there he is.
Hey, what about now? Are you? You hear me now? Okay. I was because you muted me and said the group. Hey, Carolyn, saying there's no volume coming out on your side, Matt. She can hear me and Drew, but she can't hear you.
Now you can hear me. The mic is not on the other ones. When I do my screens, I think that's what it is. So I got to get him to come in there and do my mics.
And we're getting feedback now.
Yeah, ever since we get in there and try to do that, do the phone thing, it's been messed up. And what I've got to do is I know it's gonna be some feedback, but he's supposed to have gotten rid of this thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
My desktop audio. But anyway, that's what's going on, guys. It keeps coming back, and we've got to fix that. But like I said, let's go take a quick break, and I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get my sponsors in here.
Yep. I got you. You're just getting a little reverb.
I can.
I can hear.
I can. Let me text Carolyn real quick. Oh, damn.
Phone. Now,
Can you hear yourself now?
yeah, I can hear me now, but I'm just saying. But when I'm doing the deal, I don't have my audio on. I can just tell if I try to do any sponsorships or anything. So those guys are just not going to have to be happy with that. Anyway, so what I've seen, guys, I'm gonna say this: I like what the Thunder are doing. The next 10 games are gonna be really, really tough for us. If we can go 5-5, which puts us at 11-9 in our first 20. I was wanting to be around 13-7 in our first 20, or 14-6. Um, that's gonna be tough. And then what were our last 10? Our next 10, Nathan. Those the last 10 for third to make it 30. What was it we decided? Hey, Drew,
Yeah,
listen to this. That last 10 is ridiculous.
Oh, dude, it's crazy. Hold on just a second.
I mean, Drew, it's when we were sitting there last night going over it. It's man, the next 10 games going from 21 to 30. Drew,
So you're on. So we got Portland. What was it? Who they got after Portland?
Listen to this, Drew. Game 21 through 30. At the Kings, at the Nuggets, Grizzlies at home, Clippers at home, Lakers at home, Timberwolves at home, Knicks at home, at the Nuggets, the Nets at home, and then at Boston.
Well, I tell you what, if you could go 500 in that stretch, you'd
that's
feel pretty
good.
good.
You're right. That's what we were thinking is between these next 30. If you're 18-12, or if you're 18-12 in those first 30 games, you're going to be pretty decent because those last 10 and going into 40, we should be able to get 8 out of 10 of those. But I mean, but that puts you after 40 games 22-18. And that's not good.
Yeah. Game 31 through 40 is there's some tough ones, but there's a lot of winnable.
There's a lot of winnables in there, but the whole thing is these next 20 games, the 10 games, what we have, but these next 20 games are going to be really tough for us to handle our business, I believe, because I was sitting there
I'll tell
looking.
you what, though, I mean, some of those games, I mean, yeah, they're going to be tough games, but if they play like they did last night and in that fourth quarter, they can win some of those games, man. And depending on, and there's going to be injuries happen too, but like I said, I mean, I think 5-5 is doable in that last.
Yeah, because the next games that we have coming up, Drew, we've got. What'd you say, Nathan?
The next 10 are tough, man.
The next 10, Drew, after the Blazers, we have the Bulls at home.
Should win that one.
So that'd make us 3-2 on that first 5 games. Then we have to have the Sixers at home, at the T-Wolves, Lakers at home, at the Mavs, and the Jazz at home.
At the Mavs and the Jazz, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean.
So 5-5 is really easy. 6-4 would be great.
Yeah, another 5. If you could go 500 in those games,
if 6-4, if we're 12-8 after 20 games, it's not great. Which I think we should be more like 14-6, which is what I was kind of wanting us to be, or somewhere around there. But 12-8, then that means going to that 30, you gotta win some games. You've got to be 19-11 going after your first 30 to have any sort of chance to be 25-15 or 24-16 in your first games. Because to me, 21-19 in your first 40 is not good.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, it's not. I mean, not for the team they have right now on the schedule. It's not.
Right. It's not.
Now, last year's Thunder, you take it.
Yeah. This year, remember for 44.5, if you're looking at 44 wins after 40 games, if you're at 22 wins, that puts you at 44 right there on that number. And I think we've all said on the low side we should be at 46? Isn't that about right, Nathan, Drew? About 46?
I think they got a chance to win more games. I mean, I really do.
I do too. Like I said, I think, if they're doing what they should do before the season, my pick was 47-48, maximum of 52. But with this guy coaching and the way he's coaching and who he's trying to play and develop players, I'm like, dude, we're not in developmental stage anymore. We're in win stage. You got to win games right now. That's where we're at. We're trying to win games right now. So that was just brutal to watch. But NBA NFL scores last night. What were y'all? The Cowboys, Drew, why did they beat all their wins against teams who can't play? What is the deal with that?
Hey, I tell you what they do is they beat the teams they're supposed to.
100%. 100%. And that's like the Thunder do the same thing. We beat the teams we're supposed to beat, which I like.
Yep.
Okay, except we should, the two games we should have won that we got beat by, we should have beat Golden State at home, and we should have beat the Pelicans at home. Those are two wins we should have, and then the Kings, whatever. But when I look at the 49ers, do you look at them as with their full complement of players, Drew? They're pretty impressive with
Yeah,
Trent
they're tough.
Williams
I
and
tell you.
Ayuk.
Yeah, when the Samuel is the clog that make the cog that makes that motor go. When he's there, they break the blitz, they score at will pretty much.
They're ridiculous. That defense, how Chase Young, oh my God, dude, he's a
Crazy.
beast, dude. Him and Bosa on each end, that's not fair. And now he's motivated because he's out of Washington, so he's happy. He's no longer a commander, so he's happy he's out of that mess that they have there in Washington, which I think Magic and Josh Harris will fix. What about the your boy C.J. Stroud coming and beating? Well, first of all, Tyler Boyd, catch the ball. You know what I'm saying, Drew? Catch the ball. And him running his mouth about how great they were and how he's a slot and he can do whatever. Then you drop a touchdown pass to go ahead and possibly win the game. Now they're 5-4. Now they're 5-4, sitting on the outside in the playoffs. They still got to what? They still got to play Cleveland twice?
Yep.
And they got to play Cleveland twice. They still got to play the Steelers. They got to play the Ravens again, and the Ravens got beat last night. And here we are, talking their praises now. They got beat last night. Is there any team that you guys look at and go, man, that team is just head and shoulders above everybody else? I don't really, other than the 49ers, kind of, everybody else is kind of, What do you think, Nathan?
I was going to say 49ers because
when the 49ers are healthy.
They're strong.
Maybe the Eagles, but
the Eagles, Jalen Hurts is hurt. I just don't know if we're going to see what Jalen Hurts does this coming Sunday against the Chiefs because hopefully he's had 2 weeks. His knee is healed somewhat, but that's going to be their first real test. But let's face it, the Cowboys, they should have beat the Eagles. Don't you think, Drew?
Yep.
They should have beat them. I mean, how you break down in situational football over and over and over as Mike McCarthy, situationally he's terrible. I mean, let's face it. You get a what was it? You run out the clock, so that's a violation. Then you turn around. Dak gives up a terrible sack, which you can't give up. I'm like, guys, what are you doing? And Dak, you have to throw the ball in the end zone, whether it's picked off or not. You can't throw it short because I don't care how great CeeDee Lamb is. He's not going to be able to outrun 5 guys sitting there looking at him within 5 yards of the goal line. That's not happening.
Yep.
So I don't know. But the question, Drew, since you're a Cowboys fan, do you pay him?
I think that I don't. Well, yes, but how much do you pay?
Well, remember he's next up. So you have to pay him more. You have to pay him more than Mahomes.
Jerry's going to pay him.
Yeah, but Drew, if you pay him, you're going to have 4 more years of what you have now. You're not going to go farther than you are with Dak Prescott. I don't know how you've got 8 years of it. How much of it do you need?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. To me, who you going to get is another thing. I mean, do you scrap the whole thing? I mean, or do you go out there and you try to trade for somebody? I mean, there's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
Tell you what you can do.
It's a bad situation for Dallas unless they get somebody to take him.
Yep. Go ahead, Nathan.
You can use the 49ers model. I mean, Brock Purdy's not the best quarterback out there, and if you put him on the Patriots, he'd probably be 0-8 or whatever the hell it would be.
God, they're terrible, aren't they? God.
Yes, you build.
What an absolute dumpster fire they were Sunday morning.
Go ahead, Nathan. Sorry, that was just.
I just make sure. No, you're good. I'm on the Patriots. I'm all in, man. Lose as many as you can to Caleb Williams, and then go on down the road.
Yeah.
the 49ers model would be a good model for Dallas to follow right now because they got a great defense.
Oh, their defense is ridiculous, bro. God.
They're
Hey, what's so bad is wait till they get Diggs back. That's what's scary about Dallas's defense, Drew. Wait till they get Diggs back.
Yeah, crazy, dude. They were getting after it yesterday.
But anyway, so
if Dallas can upgrade the running back position and get another, they have a pretty good receiving core headed by
Really?
Lamb. So if you could just get a game manager like Brock Purdy, I mean, you could do well.
Well, they have that in the backup. He's Brock Purdy. Don't you agree, Drew?
Talking about Cooper Rush?
Yeah,
Cooper Rush.
I agree. I like him. He's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Now, he'd be starting some places this year.
Yeah, he is Brock Purdy is what he is. But for him to play though, but I said for him to play, one, you need a more creative play caller, and that is not Mike McCall. That's not him. Okay, that's not Mike. He's not that guy. But once again, Jerry wants to be the smartest guy in the room. So what Jerry's going to do is hire a coach that is under him, that does what he wants. And he is not going to let anybody outshine him. And he's not going to, and I hate to say this, they're not going to win the Super Bowl until he's gone.
Well, I sure hope not.
Because he's still going to make decisions. And you're not, Drew, I mean, I know you're a fan, but you're not going to win a Super Bowl with Dak Prescott as your quarterback.
Oh, man.
And you know it. And you know it. I mean, you hate it deep down inside, but you know it, Drew.
Yeah,
you know it.
He's yet to prove me wrong, and I believe that same sentiment too. So we'll see.
Because,
but I don't like just getting rid of him and not having a plan.
Yeah.
Who are you going to get? You're going to have to, if you're going to get rid of him, you better have somebody in the wings that you're going to get. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who you're going to get.
Well, the whole thing is you can go in the draft and get a guy and put Cooper Rush in there.
You got to move up. You got to move up in the draft. Maybe you trade
Dak.
Trade him out to somebody. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe trade him to the Patriots for their pick.
Yeah. Send him to the Patriots for their pick and move up,
I'll take Mac Jones, and they're number one.
Because, he'd be great he'd be great in New England. Says all the right things, does all the right stuff. You don't have to pass a lot. They like to run. They don't like to throw. And is Dak under 25 times, or what is it, 30 times? What is his record when he throws less than that? It's something astronomical.
Well, I tell you what, you had to tip the cap to him yesterday. He had a pretty good game.
He looked good yesterday. But it's the Giants.
He's looked good the last 3 weeks. Let's be honest. He's looked good against the Rams. He looked good against the Eagles, and he looked good last week against the Giants.
Well, like I said, my problem with him is I have a different take against the Eagles. When he comes to my thing is this. You can look good the whole time. He's like Russell Westbrook. He's fantastic to the last 2 minutes. Okay? Make a play when you got to make a play.
Yeah, and let's say this, though, Matt. If 87, if that's a touchdown, and that the whole game changes.
All right, but if then he steps out of bounds. But I'm just saying, Drew, it's the same old stuff.
It was a game of inches that day.
I'm just saying, but Drew, it always is.
Yep.
With him. Always is with him. And that's my thing is with Mahomes, you don't do that. With Burrow, that's not like that. Their foot is the half inch inside, just inside. Mm-hmm. The pass, the tight end catches it just inside at the goal line. Whatever. It's always for Dallas. It's the opposite. Inch too short, half inch, whatever. The other teams is always the other way. It's a half inch too just in, or just this, just that. And that's why, but I like Dak when he gets up onto the microphone.
Danny White syndrome.
Yes. By the way, somebody said that is Dak Prescott one of the best quarterbacks all time. I said no. Dallas has two quarterbacks. Roger Staubach and Troy Aikman. Those two are in the thing. Don Meredith is on the outside.
He's not better than Danny White.
No, they're all in the same. Now, Don Meredith, you might want to slide in there.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear you fine. You're breaking up. You're breaking up, but yeah. Then my other thing is, how about Jimbo Fisher, guys? Breaking news.
$77 million to go away.
Well, I did have the stat up here that I was going to throw, but since you can't hear me when I do it, I'm gonna break this down to y'all, guys. This is my stat. Jimbo, this is the most expensive firings in the history of college football. Jimbo, 77.8. Gus Malzahn for Auburn, 21.4. Charlie Weiss,
row.
Notre Dame, 18.9. Willie Taggart, Florida State, 18 million. Tom Herman, Texas, 15.4. Scott Frost, Nebraska, 15 million. Will Muschamp, 12.9 for South Carolina. Todd Graham for Arizona, 12.8. Jim Mora, 12.8, 12 million. Larry Fedora, 12 million in North Carolina. Chad Morris, Arkansas, 10.1 million. But 77?
That just tells
77.
you how much. That just tells you how much money Texas A&M has. I mean,
Sign me up for that. I want that.
I mean, they're paying him $7 million a year for the next 10 years.
and they just blew out Mississippi State, and he gets
Yeah.
canned.
Hey,
But
if the
let's-
commander wants to fire me, give me a payout of $5 million, I'm completely okay.
Hey, did he hear that, Drew? He's probably listening.
I did.
No, I said, did the commander hear that? I said, he's probably listening to that. Yeah, Nathan, I think good luck. Good luck. Drew and I will endorse that, don't we, Drew? We'll endorse that.
Yeah.
And we want our fee, but yeah, we'll endorse that for you. We got to.
Hey, you know, tomorrow, Randy's going to come in with a box and a $5 bill and say, "Here you go, man. Here's your $5."
Yeah,
Yeah, that's exactly. Here's your $5. Bye bye.
Yeah, right.
But that's gonna be before the Wembanyama game tomorrow night, so he'll probably be in a good mood when we play San Antonio tomorrow. So he'll probably be in a good mood. He'll probably be in a good mood. So
Wait,
He might be-
the eyes of,
might be-
is that what
the
now?
eyes of the world are going to be on Oklahoma City tomorrow.
Yeah, and the game on TNT, isn't it?
Yep.
I think so.
Yep.
And, well, you know what's so funny is last night Michael Caves was like, yeah, you know, everybody don't send in your deals all at one time talking about how unhappy you are that you don't have to listen to me. I was like, that's for damn sure. I'll send something in thanking national TV for not having to hear your voice, hear what you say. But
Yeah.
you know, he works for the Thunder, so what are you going to say? You got to let him do what he does. I mean, that's what they want. He says what they want him to say. But my issue with him is not that he's such a homer. My issue is he doesn't educate anybody on anything. You know, there's all kinds of little things that, you know, me, you, and Nathan talk about on After the Storm. Those are things that you can, you know, little hints and things you can do on air that you don't even, like last night.
Well,
That was a great block.
His complaining about the officiating is just absurd.
Absurd. I mean, hey, I'm sorry.
He ruins the broadcast because he complains so much about the officiating.
Yeah, and this is the thing. How did he not give Aaron Wiggins credit last night for getting his hands on that dunk? He hit the ball.
Yep.
Oh, you know, he messed up his shot. How? Oh, he got his hand on the ball. And it clearly showed it. And instead of him going, oh, great, I see where he got his hand on the ball, he never corrected himself.
Nope.
Clearly, we can see it. He didn't correct himself. I'm like, dude.
If it's not talking about his church league or complaining about the officials or talking about how great it is to have a 6'8" point guard, I don't think he said it.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, you know, and then the coach is just, you know, to me, Dagnall, I like you. I think you need to go back to the G League and get those guys, get Jang and get Lindy Waters and keep trying to build them up. Because neither one of them are NBA players. Neither one of those guys are NBA players.
Boy, and that's sad too because we gave up a lot to get James.
We gave up, but you know what? We had so many picks. I mean, the whole thing with the Thunder, the league is trending towards European players, no doubt. But an 18-year-old project when you've got the team that we had. Now, let's face it. Now, we didn't know that we were going to have the team we have now. So let's give him a little credit there. Yeah, I don't think that he does that this year. You know what I'm saying? He would not have did that this draft, giving up all that for Jang. Agreed?
Yeah.
This past draft, knowing where we were going to go, he's not going to give up 3 first-round picks for Jang. Now, giving him up for Taylor Hendricks, yes, I would have liked that. And is he even playing for? Does he even play for Utah?
I haven't seen him.
They're not.
Utah's not very good either.
That is just frustrating as all
Did
get.
you like Darko?
Go what?
Did you like Darko when he was here?
No, I did not. My deal is this. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna ask y'all this, and we're gonna get out of here. The NBA, to me, we talked about this, or we didn't. I was talking to somebody else about how to spice up the NBA All-Star game. If you did the European team versus the American team, and the European team would be this: Your starting five, Drew.
Easy.
Yeah, starting five. Luca, SGA, Giannis, Joker, and Wemby. That's the
Say that
European.
again. Luca,
Luca.
SJ, Giannis, Joker, and Wemby.
Yeah, that's your starting five.
Pretty good starting five. Who would
That's
be your starting five for the United States?
I'd have
LeBron,
I'd have
KD?
LeBron, AD, Anthony Edwards, Steph, and then man, Embiid.
Probably.
Can we say
Yeah.
it doesn't matter? It doesn't matter.
Or
Embiid.
Paul George.
No, I
or
wouldn't have Paul
Kawhi.
George. No, none of them. None of them. I want winners. I want winners on my squad. But yeah,
We
probably.
have AD and KD.
Oh, that's what I would do. I would do probably Embiid.
AD.
I would do
Yeah.
Embiid over AD because AD is Jokic just kills him every time he sees him.
Yeah.
So I would do
Hey,
I would do Embiid, KD, Steph, LeBron, and Anthony Edwards. That'd
That's
be my
pretty
five.
good starting five.
That'd be my five. That'd be my five. And then remember, Josh would be your backup on the European team. That would be my five.
Matt,
Yeah,
Taylor Hendricks has played one game in 2 minutes.
yeah. He's not playing him. I told you they drafted him for one specific reason to keep him off the Thunder roster because the Thunder were going to take him. I
Dude,
believe.
they had a good draft. I didn't realize they had a good draft this year, man.
Yeah.
Golly, they got
They
that
did.
Deontay George guy out of Baylor. They got Taylor Hendricks and they got Bryce Sensabaugh. Bryce
Yeah.
Sensabaugh's a pretty good player.
Yeah, yes. But I think that you could put Taylor with the Thunder right now. Oh my God, with his length and athleticism and can jump, guard. That's your other big dude in there.
Just keep your hopes up.
But now,
man.
but I don't
Yeah,
want
that's
now.
the only
I'm gonna
thing,
take
man.
Kaysen. I'm gonna take Kaysen over him. Don't get me wrong. I like him a lot.
Oh, for sure.
But you know what? That Thunder group, though, and even Drew and I talked about this. When you've got Kaysen, SGA, Isaiah Joe, J. Will, and Wiggins, or either J. Dub and instead of Isaiah Joe, whatever. That's 6 or 7 with Dort. That's 7 right there. That's a nasty defense. They can run. They can play defense. They can all block. I mean, that's a good 7 you got right there. They can all shoot, and then you come off then you have. I mean, I like that. But you know what's so funny is, I was saying this, Drew, earlier. When they get in trouble, those are the 5 that he goes with. And then just as soon as the Thunder stop, whatever run happens, he brings Chet in for J. Will every time. And I'm like, why don't you play them together? And we were at the game the other night. People are like, when they pulled out J. Will, people are like, why isn't play them together? I'm sitting there looking, turning around, going, wow. We say the same thing. Why aren't they playing together? You know, people in the stands are going, I mean, people are starting to say, well, look, these two guys, Chet is a 4. He's not a 5. He's too little. He's too skinny. He's a 4. But, you know, what do you do? What do you do? Anything else you guys want to talk about before we get out of here? So I can get this stuff fixed?
No, I just thought something just to back up your point. I was just going through Utah's lineup real quick. You know, didn't they just trade for John Collins right before the draft?
Yes, after the draft. After they got John Collins. Yes. After the draft, they did
I was
that.
going to say, because that's just a further, slight to Oklahoma City right there.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's what they did. I mean, they're competing with us, really, but they're not. Because I think we got lucky with SGA. I mean, quite frankly, we got lucky. And
They got lucky with marketing. I mean, marketing turned out.
Marketing's a nice player. He ain't SGA though.
No, marketing killed the Thunder.
Yeah, he killed because we don't have an answer for him. I mean, you have Dort we should have beat them last year, and Dort fouls marketing on a 3. Remember, at the end of the game, it's like, what are you doing? Why are you up in his grill shooting a 3?
Kessler got into him too last year too.
Yep.
Kessler played.
Kessler killed us. He killed us. But you know what? Now we have an answer. If they put them both together, you can play Chet and J. Will together because then J. Will can handle Kessler.
Kessler and Chet's a good matchup for the Thunder.
Yep. And then, what I'm saying is you can also do J. Will on Kessler and put Chet on marketing because marketing is more outside than inside. So Chet ain't trying. We watched him inside. I mean, Jerkis just knocked him around. Nurkic knocked him around last night.
Tell you what, dude, if he at pivotal point of the game last night, if he doesn't get tripped by who tripped him, one of the guys tripped him, and they got that foul call.
That was Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal.
Yeah, if he doesn't trip him right there, he loses that rebound.
Well, I don't know. He had the rebound, but the problem is the play before that, Nurkic went over his back and grabbed the rebound over him. I'm like, dude, you're 7 foot. How is somebody rebounding the ball over you? You're 7 foot tall. Remember when Wemby went over the top of him on a box out on the rebound and scored?
Yeah.
Did you see that jump ball that Josh got and when he had the jump he didn't even jump? Did you see that?
I like Josh. He's crafty. Okay.
When he tied up, I think it was Nurkic, and then they went for the jump ball, and Josh literally didn't even leave the ground.
Well, there's no need to. What you gonna do? Hey, Drew, I will say this. Nathan made a comment about Josh. I would say Josh is he plays loosey-goosey. It looks like he's out of control, but he's just a loosey-goosey type player. Don't you agree? He's not out of control. He just the way he plays, he just looks like he is, but he's completely under control.
Might be a lot of Ginobili, a
Yeah.
little bit.
Not quite as skilled.
Ginobili was kind of Josh is bigger than Ginobili, but that kind of awkward, I don't know how to even explain. Loosey-goosey is a good word, but Ginobili did a lot of the same things.
Except Ginobili could score.
Yeah.
I don't see Josh going to get you 40. You know what I'm saying? I don't see him.
Well, maybe I know. He might be able to if he doesn't have to.
Yeah, then that's true. That's true.
I want to see this lineup. With Josh coming off the bench with Payson starting. I just want to see. It's not going to happen, but I'd just like to see it.
Well, I don't know. I just think that messes. That messes with
I don't
his
think
head.
you put Josh on the bench.
And you can't put Josh on the bench.
Yeah, here's the thing. If Josh is playing against second stringers, I mean, he's going to tear those guys.
He's already playing against second stringers. He starts the second and fourth quarter.
Well,
that's backups. Your second and fourth quarter are backups. You might have one.
I'd like to see it.
I just think that, to me, your best lineup is when you have a game in, it's SGA, either Isaiah Joe or Kaysen. Really, SGA, Kaysen, Isaiah Joe, J. Will, and to me it would be Chet. Or do Kaysen, SGA, Chet, J. Will, and either Wiggins or J-Dub. One of those, one of them in there with that group. Because J. Will takes, like Drew says, J. Will takes up so much space. Well, J. Will takes up so much space rebounding. He allows either to get the rebound or allows one of our other guys, to come in and get one. That's what he does. All this extra rebound that people get over us, that stops. It stops. But
long term, Payson's going to be in your best lineup.
Yes, agreed.
He's going to be.
But I don't mind having him in the end of the game. But I'm agree with Drew. You don't start him.
No.
You don't start him.
You do like a James Harden kind of guy.
You want to see somebody get their feathers ruffled. Do that.
See what happens. Now you would lose Josh completely if that happened. But the numbers that you said when I saw that, 120 points playing with SGA versus 112 with him and 120 without him. But that just means when he's not on the court, that means he's playing with Kaysen and Isaiah Joe. That's what that says. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're more free-willing and you got guys who can score. So that's basically what that's saying, is that when you got those other two guys in there, they can knock down the three and Josh can't. They're better defenses than Josh is. But I'm just saying Josh is just struggling because, like I said before, to me, he's struggling because they have put him, he's a passive guy, and they put him in position to elevate Chet. And when Chet's on the floor, Josh is on the floor. They're always on there together. Always.
They're buddies.
And I think that's made Josh more passive because Chet is the stronger personality. And I think Chet initially came out like, I'm the man, and then realized, no, that would be SGA. And you can see after these 10 games, like Drew has said, he slowly realized, hey, this the dude over here. This the dude over here. This the dude over here. He's the man. Ain't no question. Because no matter what Dagnall's trying to do, we got one closer, and that's SGA. J-Dub is not a closer no matter how many times you try to give him the ball and let him try to be a closer. If you keep doing that, we're going to lose games. And at the end of the game last night, what did they all do? They gave the ball up. As soon as it, boom, here's SGA. Take the ball. Because they know he's going to run it down to about 8 seconds. He's going to make a move, and either he's going to score or hit one of them in position for them to either attack or shoot a wide open shot.
He's gonna make the right. He's gonna
Make the right play, whether that's the shot, a pass, or a foul. One of those things are going to happen. Something good is going to happen versus something bad at the end of a game. That's the difference. So, all right, fellas. Hey, tomorrow we're gonna have. Oh, by the way, yeah, I can't even. I got it. I had so much stuff today that we can't even get to because can't hear me when I talk. So I got to get all that fixed. Is what I'm gonna have to do to get that done. So, but anyway, guys, appreciate both of y'all. See you tomorrow. Hey, tell Faith to get healthy and get ready.
I will.
All right.
Sorry you had to hear my family discussion.
No, dude, it's all right. You know, you're family with me, so it doesn't really matter to me. It doesn't.
I worry about her. She's just been so sick lately. We're just trying to battle it.
Yeah, that is not good. And then let me see, where's my thing at? I have my and our basketball camp is coming up the 21st.
Right. I think she'll probably want to do it too. I'll ask her when she gets home. Right.
I didn't hear where I said, but anyway, it's up there. So, but anyway, guys, hey, appreciate it, and I'm gonna get all that fixed so we can holler tomorrow, and then we'll be ready for after the storm tomorrow night after the game. Can y'all hear me? Did you hear me?
Sounds good.
Okay, all right, bro. It's my guy Drew throwing Husker Drew picks. Hey, Drew, we didn't even do.
Okay.
Hey, Drew, hold on. Why don't you talk? I'm gonna put your picks up, and you can talk about it. They won't be able to hear me, but they can hear you. All right? You want to do that before you go?
Sure. Hold on just a second. Let me get to them. Tonight we got Xavier in the college basketball action plus 17.5 against Purdue. Seems like a lot of points. Both teams are undefeated. That's a local rivalry too. I look for Xavier to cover the 17.5. They should have some good players on their squad. I watched them play their first game, so that just seems like way too many points this early in the season. Kansas State, another little college basketball action. They're playing South Dakota State in Manhattan. K-State's got a decent little squad. South Dakota State's young. They've got a bunch of high school kids. That game could get ugly quick. I like the Kings tonight at home +3 in the NBA in the association. Playing the Cavaliers. Cavaliers having travel cross country playing a late game. We all kind of saw what the Kings can do. They'll get better and better without Fox every game they play. They'll adjust not to not having him. So I like that one there. And let's see here. Knicks Celtics. I got the under in that game, even though both of those teams like to score, but they don't like each other, and that should be a physical game. I just think that 222 points is a lot between those two teams and that kind of atmosphere, which they should have tonight there in the Garden. And then the last play of the day, I like the Bills tonight. Broncos traveling to the Bills should be really cold. And it's Josh Allen seems to exceed expectations on night games. So I'll take the Bills -7, and I might sprinkle a little bit on the under.
Especially on a Monday night too.
Yeah,
it seems like big games. Yeah, he really does. He does. All right, fellas, I appreciate y'all. See you guys tomorrow. Y'all both stay out of trouble. Take care of that beautiful little girl of yours. And Nathan, you do the same thing with your baby girl too.
Appreciate you.
All right, see you guys later. All right, bye. Hey, and everybody else, hey, have a fantastic day. Go out and play some